I have to say that I had a theater background, had been a professional actor, and then went to grad school to get a master's in communication and training and development because I discovered I loved training. I loved teaching. So I got my master's in communications and I was doing training and enjoying that very much, but it was a little bit boring to me because I felt like I was teaching the same thing all the time. But then I was hired to do a large ERP for the University of Michigan. And I met a terrific ACMP Ohio chapter member, in fact, change strategist named Brenda Sprite. And in 2012, Brenda said to me, "Hey, there's a new association of change management professionals." I said, "Where? Sign me up." And so I immediately signed up as soon as I heard about ACMP. I've been a member since 2012. I worked on the standard working group, so I helped write the standard. And I also have been, over time, a conference speaker liaison. I have been a certification governance committee member at times. I've been part of the standard working group and was in the beta testers of the CCMP. And then I also was able to co-lead the standard evolution working group, which led to the standard relevancy assessment and where we are now. So I've been a member a long time. I founded the Michigan chapter in 2020. I'm thrilled that I found my way to ACMP. I really love the library that we have as members, that we can access webinars and presentations from past conferences and white papers. I think that's fantastic. And I also really value the Career Center. In fact, when I'm helping people who are looking for positions, I always tell them to join ACMP and go out to that Career Center because it's fantastic. The Connect community has been amazing, I think, because I enjoy just having a little chat with people. Sometimes I see an interesting inquiry and you can help someone out. And when I'm struggling with an idea or a question, I can post it there and I usually have 5 or 6 or 10 answers within 24 hours, and that's really helpful. But for me, I think the biggest member benefit is this community because these are my people and I love this community. I feel like I can be myself. I can talk about change management work and everyone understands. Well, there's the definition that's in the standard for change management, and I want to make sure everybody understands that change is that transitional process of moving an organization and its stakeholders from a current state to a future state, and change management are the tools and techniques that we apply to help people and organizations move from that current state to that future state. But the way that I actually define change management is as a calling. I think change management's a calling. It is the wonderful combination of skills that many of us have that we weren't sure what to do with. Great communication skills, terrific investigative skills, business process redesign, project management, and all sorts of training opportunities. I feel like the standard for change management is very important because it provides a backbone for all of us to follow as change management professionals. The standard says, if this were a perfect world, and if we had nonstop resources and time, this is how we would do change management. We really focus on our change definition, on the rationale for change, on describing the vision of the change, crafting that vision in a compelling way, and then we dive into what works for us. We dive into our change impact assessment, our stakeholder identification and assessment, our sponsor assessment. We take the time to do the work and look at external factors impacting this change and do some risk assessment so that we have a good base to start working through our strategy and developing the how are we planning to help people adopt this change. Without the standard, we have a lot of different ideas. The standard organizes our thinking. The standard provides us with a standard guideline to follow. And the standard is what we base all of the CCMP exam questions on. So knowing that standard inside and out can help you in a number of ways. My path to the CCMP was strange, I have to say. In 2012, when I joined ACMP, I didn't have a certification in change management, and I wanted something. At the time, I had been doing a lot of change management work for projects, in a project management framework. And so I decided to get my PMP, my project management professional. I earned that in 2012. It was difficult. And then it was so exciting. I was a part of the standard working group to develop the standard. And 2 years after we released the standard, the CCMP was created. And I volunteered to be part of the beta test group. One of the keys, I think, to earning your CCMP is to understand the application is its own project, and you need to focus on it. There's 3 essay questions out of a 5-question prompt, and they're not difficult questions to answer when you have a change management background, but they are difficult questions to answer when stacked up against all the important things in your email and on your list. I would encourage you to spend time on the application, and then once you're approved, spend the time studying and learn the standard for change management. One of the benefits that I've discovered is that having my CCMP has opened the door for me to really understand the standard in a very unique way.